Are you drowning in a sea of information, outlines, rules that you have to study, learn, and memorize for the bar exam? Are you lying awake at night afraid that you'll forget, just blank out on everything that you tried so hard to cram and remember for this bar exam? If you're relying on remembering every single thing and recalling it on the day of the exam in order to pass, I have a rude awakening for you. It's not going to work. Instead, rely on a more calming and reliable method that I'm going to dive into in this video. Hi, I'm Jennifer Duclair, bar exam mindset mentor, helping you overcome your mindset hurdles so that you can beat the bar. In today's video, I'm going to let you in on the method that my bar mentees follow in order to take in and retain the information needed in order to pass the bar exam. Information retention is the key. We come at it from that angle as opposed to memorization. They might sound like the same words to you, but if you look into each one separately, you'll realize that there are small differences that make huge changes in how you feel about your chances for success on the bar. And as a bar exam mindset mentor, my role is to ensure that you feel confident, are secure, and your mind is settled on passing the bar exam, no matter what bar prep course or tutor you may be using. Bar mentees that hop on with me and learn about the different tips and strategies that we use to optimize success usually turn away from cramming and memorization, which you're probably doing now, and they move towards retention, long-term memory. Relying on your long-term memory means that you're not frantic about trying to remember it. It means that your psyche has accepted the fact that you know this information for life. And because of that, you're calm, you're at peace, and this environment of peace allows the information to come up readily on your exam. It's all about the mindset, and we do whatever it takes to enhance that mindset. So let's go into why you want to turn away from cramming and memorization and turn towards long-term memory for your bar exam. If you're a retaker, chances are a lot of this information that you're studying right now is already long-term memory. You've been going over it for a long time, and your brain has gotten the hint that, oh, we might as well hold on to this now because it's just going to continue coming up and being asked of us. That's what your brain is saying. And that's what causes it to shoot it over into the long-term memory files, readily available to be pulled up whenever. When you think about long-term memory, think about how easily you remember your phone number, your social security number, and you might even remember one or two addresses or phone numbers from your childhood. Some process caused you to tuck that away into long-term memory versus picking it up for the short term and trashing it. A lot of law school graduates are used to picking up information for the short term and trashing it because that's what we did during our reading periods at the end of the semester in preparation for the final exam. We only needed to hold on to that information for a few days or weeks at most, and then we could drop it out of our brain and move on, clear the slate. Your brain knows the difference between your intentions to keep it for long term or short term. So if you create the intention to keep it for long term and you follow the methods that allow you to drill it in for a long-term memory versus holding it on for just a short term, you don't have to worry about you've forgotten some subject towards the end of your bar prep that you had only studied at the beginning of your bar prep. You won't have those worries anymore. More importantly, on the exam itself, the information will come up as readily as you remember your phone number. The other reason why you want to focus on long-term memory, besides the fact that you probably already have most of this information stored in your long-term if you're taking the bar again, is the fact that it's easier on your brain for the learning because you're not trying to hold everything at the front of your memory banks. you clear out that space, that mental load, you move it to the library stacks, so to speak, and you have a clearer brain for reviewing, studying, and taking care of your daily life. Try to think about when you go through your day trying to remember all of your tasks that you have to do today. You go through your semester trying to remember mentally all of your deadlines that you have to meet, and try to remind yourself to work on a little bit of the project at a time so that you can meet your deadline, versus when you create a to-do list in your phone, or when you program in weekly reminders to do a little bit of that project that's not due till the end of the semester. It's a whole world of difference when you get it out of your head versus when you're carrying it around in your head. Carrying it around in your head breeds these fears of, I'm going to forget something, I'm going to drop the ball somewhere. And it's the same thing when you're trying to carry around all that legal information for the bar exam at the front of your mind, as opposed to tucking it away. So if you can clear that mental load, tuck the information away, you'll have a calmer atmosphere around you. You will be feeling less harried. You won't be in so much fear or anxiety. It will decrease. And you know, if you've ever taken the bar exam before, that whatever you can do to decrease the anxiety is going to be a plus for you. Finally, because you peacefully rely on long-term memory, you'll be able to bring it up when you're sitting in the exam without an issue. That is very important because time is of the essence on the exam. And if you are racking your brain saying, I know I remember this, I know I remember this, your anxiety is going up, and that is taking away from recall. Instead, because you know it's long-term memory, because the methods that we teach allows you to call on that information throughout your study period, thereby giving you the confidence of knowing that I can retrieve it whenever I want. So on the day of the exam, because you know it's long-term memory and you know you can retrieve it, you are staying calm and peaceful, enhancing the ability to recall the information you need and apply it. Now, by this time, you might be wondering, what are these methods that we use to commit the information to long-term memory within the short 3-month study period for the bar exam? I dive into all of that in the link below. If you want to check out how we present the information if you want to check out how we advise and suggest our bar mentees cover the subjects in a way that fosters long-term memory, keeping that information in your brain in a peaceful, calm, and steady way, recalling on it or calling on it periodically throughout the study period, so that on the day of the exam, you are fully aware that you can very easily recall the info and apply it, and you're calm because of that. And look below for a link where I go into some of the tools that we suggest that allows you to not only gain long-term memory of the information, but also shorten your study sessions, increase your motivation and drive for each study session, and helps you to decrease mental load, anxiety, fear, while you increase confidence and your points at the same time. Look below this video in the description box for that, and I'll see you in the next video.